Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we are breaking down the new Klim Kodiak jacket and pants available at RevZilla.com. So what you're going to see now is the new updated version of the Klim Kodiak. Now, if you're not familiar with Klim's line, it does get a bit confusing when you're looking at all the different names out there. With the Kodiak, this is your top of the line street touring outfit. You could still get a little bit of light off-road if you wanted to, but really when you look at this, that is not what this is designed for. This is really for those of you out there that are using your motorcycles for on-road touring. You want maximum comfort, maximum protection from the elements. You're doing long distance, and you want to make sure you have one outfit to pretty much rule all situations on the road. Now, there's a lot of things that Klim updated with this jacket that I like. There's one main thing that I think misses the mark. And when we walk through this, you're going to kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about. So let's start off by talking about sizing with this. So sizes are still pretty much the same as the previous version. 48 through 64 for the jacket. There is a tall and a D size available. And for the pants, 48 to 64 as well. Euro sizing, if you're using Klim's size chart, I find that it's pretty much spot on. There should be no surprises there. Mr. McHugh on my left-hand side is 220 pounds, 44-inch chest, wears a size 34 in his jeans. He's wearing a large jacket and a size 54 in the pants. Again, perfectly correlating with Klim's size chart. Quick note there, tall just adds length to the sleeve, the jacket, the pants. When you're looking at the D-sizing, D-sizing is for those of you that need a little bit more room in the belly area, but you don't necessarily need more length. So when you're looking at the D-sizing, again, take a look at that size chart. It gives you a little bit more room in the belly and a little bit shorter length on the sleeves for the jacket. And then for the pants, you get a little bit of extra room in the waist, but a slightly shorter length to the pant. So again, Klim has recognized that just because you might be a bit thicker in the midsection doesn't necessarily mean you're taller. So some really unique sizing options from Klim to help you fine-tune your fit more precisely. The price on this has increased. The previous jacket was around $1,000. It's now up to $1,300. I say that because that's a pretty substantial increase for anyone looking at just an updated version. Really what Klim has done here is they've added a base layer. They've added their own mid layer to this. It's an 800 fill standalone base layer or mid layer that you can use off the jacket as well. So if you're just looking for a solid puffer jacket, that is going to be included. That's where the price jump has come into. Now this is something we've never seen from Klim before, and this is probably my one biggest nitpick here. What I would have liked to have seen is that puffer jacket sold separately. Keep the price of the jacket around that $1,000 price point. For all the upgrades that you are seeing, maybe it bumps 50 bucks, but then you can choose to buy that mid layer separately, because for so long, Klim has been a bring your own base layer company. All of their jackets never included base layers or mid layers. You would buy and purchase that separately. So if you have someone that's already in the Klim family and they're upgrading to the Kodiak, maybe they already have a whole series of mid and base layers from Klim. They don't need one included with this. So really when we're looking at the Kodiak, that bump to the $1,300 price point to justify including a new mid layer or base layer is probably the biggest miss that I'm seeing here. I would love to see that sold separately moving forward, because the jacket itself is nothing but wins when we are talking about the advancements that Klim has made here. Now for the pants, coming in around the $750 to $770 price point, no real substantial change there to note. If you're looking at this and it's just a bit too rich for your blood, you could also be taking a look at the Klim Latitude, probably a bit more off-road focused, but still works as an awesome touring setup. I have used that in a variety of situations on and off-road. You're looking around 670 bucks for the jacket, or you could take a look at the Hardinger suit from Klim. That's around $1,300, and that is a pull-on full suit. That's something new that we saw from them last year. Breaking down really the advancements that we've seen with the Kodiak. So starting with the overall construction, really it's a reduction in bulk. The jacket looks a lot nicer, it's less bulky, and it's less heavy. And I mean literally from a pure weight standpoint, it feels less heavy when you're wearing it because you're losing a lot of the extra bulk on this. You're going to start with the top. So you have a Velcro entry at the top of this, and the first thing you see that's changed is they've now gone to these pullback hooks. So if you're someone like myself that doesn't want the jacket closed all the way to your Adam's apple, you can now open it up a little bit, and you've got these retention hooks at the back. That comes straight off the Badlands Pro. And keep in mind, the Badlands is that top-of-the-line offering from Klim for you off-road adventure riders out there. With the Kodiak, you are looking at that more of that street touring sect Pops are reflective working its way down. You will also notice now the shoulders have changed. You still have that perforated leather at the shoulders. That's a really easy way, if you're looking at Klim in person, to denote the difference between their off-road stuff and their on-road stuff. Their on-road jackets usually have extra leather in those impact zones. So you're now seeing where you used to have that pop reflective that ran in between, you now have that solid piece of leather covering. I like that, even just from a style perspective. It looks nicer, it looks a little bit more sharp. The armor that you're going to see included with this, so the upgrade to the armor, it's now D3O LP2. This is CE level armor, but it's more breathable. So it's not nearly as bulky as the previous version, and it includes CE level armor at the shoulders, the elbows, the back, the hips, and the knee, all included as a standard armor. So I like that Klim is giving you their top of the line armor included all the way around in their top of the line jacket. As we work our way down, you are going to have vents at the bicep here, as well as down at the forearm. And what they've really done here is they've just kind of cleaned the lines, the zippers up a little bit. Still going to be a 4-season option as far as breathability. You're going to have the adjustment straps at the biceps as well as the forearm. Everything is just a little bit svelter. You can see the little bit of a different cutout here at the bottom. And then you are going to have a Velcro adjuster as well at the back of the forearm here. So you can get that to fine-tune your adjustment for the particular sleeve. Popper reflective, and again, I really like the style that they've done with the little bits of high vis throughout for this particular colorway. 3 different colors are available for the jacket. Looking down the main front, so this is where you're gonna see a lot of that style change. The pockets have been slimmed down. They're no longer sewn on the outside. You now have this completely redesigned pocket for the chest, and you're gonna have symmetry on both sides with those chest pockets, but you're gonna have asymmetry with that extra exterior sewn-on pocket over on the left-hand side. I like asymmetry in my gear, so like this is something cool that they just kind of threw over to the left, not the right. I think that just adds to the style. The one thing to note here is on this inside pocket, I'm going to spare Pat the fact of reaching inside his little pocket there and feeling around, but there is the adjuster for the shock cord, which gives you your waist adjuster for the shock cord at the bottom is located inside that pocket. McHugh, go ahead and face sideways for me, strike the riding position. So the one thing you'll notice is they did remove one of the vents on the inside of the chest there. You are now getting a massive amount of stretch at the back. This is an upgrade over that kind of accordion kind of a style they had in the previous version. I like this a lot better. Again, perforated leather, kind of cleaned up and thinned up compared to what you had on the previous version where it was just a little bit bulkier. Looking down the side of this, the adjuster waist here hasn't changed too much. Again, like I said, they eliminated that, but the real story here is all of the stretch you're gonna see now working its way from underneath the arm up to the top, and then down the side. Just a more comfortable range of motion. McHugh, you can go ahead and face sideways for him, or face backwards rather. At the top, what they've added here is a zip-on connection. It includes a weather collar. So if you are riding in a torrential downpour in crazy inclement weather, you can zip this right on, and it actually goes up underneath your helmet all the way around to prevent any airflow or water coming through from extreme cold to extreme wet. So nice little addition there. If you're not using it, like I said, you can zip it right off. Reflective all the way up around the top. And then you do have that CE level 2 back protector down there, and you have your exhaust vents down the side. So a lot of really great upgrades that we've seen from Klim with the jacket. The overall style is just vastly improved, and then the range of motion is better, the protection is better, and more comfortable as well with that new LP2 armor. Go ahead and face forward for me. Pat's very excited to unzip because this is a very hot jacket to be wearing in the studio under the studio lights. You are getting foam pads for the chest. You can upgrade that to CE level protection if you want that extra chest protection. One of the things to note here is the kidney belt is still included. This is that Klim puffer jacket that they've included. It is a very nice destination jacket. If you are just looking for a solid puffer, this is as nice as some fancy Eddie Bauer option that you would get from a premium brand. The biggest thing here is I just wish this was sold separately. This is Klim trying to move into a base layer included or a mid layer included, and I just don't necessarily know if it's going to work with their existing audience. For people that already have their Klim mid layers or base layers, I would just love it if they separated this and then adjusted the price to match. But that's really my only nitpick with any of the upgrades that you've seen here. As you look down towards the pants, same thing. You're going to see the same upgrades. They've just cleaned up the style. There's less bulk. The vents work better. The pockets have a little bit better range of use to them. And then you're still getting that same leather on the inside of the knee for grip panels, everything like that. So there's really a mimicking of what we've seen with the upgrades to the jacket down with the pants as well. And with all those different sizing options, I think Klim has done a fantastic job of giving all shapes and size riders out there an option to fine tune and get a jacket and pant combo that fits their body type perfectly. Sir, you can go ahead and zip up for me. Now, again, like I said, I think Klim has knocked it out of the park with the upgrades they've made to the Kodiak jacket itself. I think that there's a lot of people out there that really like this jacket for on-road touring. It gets you through all kinds of weather. The main shell on this, that's the only thing I really didn't note. The main shell on this is that 3L Gore Pro shell. So this is that top-of-the-line GORE-TEX Pro shell. So really, when you're looking at this, this is that top-of-the-line offering for all of you on-road long-haul touring riders out there that want the most versatility out of your gear without changing. There's a lot of folks out there that are riding with this. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device. Read other rider reviews from folks that are already putting the Kodiak jacket and pants through its paces. And if you have more questions for any of our gear geeks as to which gear is right for you, your riding style, what you're trying to get into, never hesitate to reach out. Give them a call at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at the new Klim Kodiak jacket and pants. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.